Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. So y'all, I'm really excited to sit down and film because it has been a few weeks since I last filmed. The last video that I filmed was an empties video. I just finished editing it and I am planning to upload it today. I had said in that video that I was about to try to start filming more consistently, even though I am super busy right now. But I was unsure if I was even going to be able to film that video because I actually switched service providers and got a new cell phone. So I didn't know if that video would transfer to my new phone, and I had made a post that I wasn't sure if I'd even be able to upload it, but it did end up transferring. So I was able to finally finish editing that video, and I am planning to upload it. So you guys will still get to see that video. It's just an empties video from the months of June and July, and I know it's a late video, but my phone was literally off for like a couple of weeks due to some issues I had with my new service provider. I did have a backup phone I was using, so I wasn't without a phone the entire time, but I didn't really have a way that I could upload the video, so that's one of the reasons that it's kind of behind. But anyways, I am so excited to sit down and start back filming. So before we go any further, I did want to stop and mention this website that I talked about in my last video. I am someone who likes to keep my hands busy whenever I am watching movies with my daughter. So if we're watching a movie together, I'm either doodling or cracking sunflower seeds or playing with fidgets or doing something like this. And the other day I was on this website and I got to take a survey on one of the new Sol de Janeiro perfumes that they're thinking about releasing. I was able to give my opinions on it and get paid for it. So I thought that was really cool. And my immediate reaction was to come back to YouTube and tell you guys about the fragrance and give my opinions on it to you guys as well. But you do have to check a box that says you won't share any new product ideas or share screenshots or anything like that. So I wasn't able to do that, but I absolutely was going to come back and tell you guys that I did take a survey on that, and I thought it was pretty cool. I know you guys are into the same things I'm into, so if you're someone that would like to get paid to give your opinion on products that are coming out that we're going to be shopping for, definitely go check this website out, and make sure you use the link in the description, because when you do, you'll get $1 in your account when you sign up. So I hope you guys enjoy this opportunity, and I will try to share more with you guys as I come across them. And today we're going to talk about like transitional fragrances that I have already brought out and that I am starting to wear that I'm really excited about. I'm not going to include all of the transitional fragrances that I would normally bring out at this time. Some of those I will wait till the first day of fall before I start talking about them. So these are just some options that I have brought out for now that I will more than likely start wearing right now, but if not, I will at least start wearing these by the first day of fall, because I normally wait till the first day of fall before I start using transitional scents. Normally I wait till the very last day of summer before I put my fragrances that specifically make me think of summer away, into storage. So this year I did take these fragrances out early and put them out. But I did want to talk with you guys about what I'm currently wearing and like what I'm currently doing with that. By the way, I have on gloves today, and I know you guys are going to probably be trying to figure out why I'm wearing these gloves, so I thought I would explain. Basically, long story short, I dyed my hair blue, and I absolutely love the way my hair turned out. However, my hands were stained in the process. I did wear gloves, but throughout the process of dyeing my hair, it just happened anyway. So my hands are stained, and the dye is kind of like all in my fingernails. Like, I'll show y'all what it looks like on my thumb. But I just did not want to go this whole video with y'all looking at my fingernails like this, because this is not giving Cassie is a princess. I was like, let me just put on some gloves, and I feel like that's much better than my fingernails being stained. And I am working to get that off my nails. I've actively been, using rubbing alcohol and things like that. It has helped so much, but this isn't a type of stain that you can just like wash off with like soap and water. Like it's a process of actually getting it back off of your nails. So I'm working on doing that, and for now I felt like it would be best if I just wore gloves in my video because, yeah, I just feel like it looks better than stained fingernails. So anyways, that's why I've got on blue gloves today. Again, I went ahead and took these out early. Now, what I typically do, as I just said earlier, is up until the very last day of summer, I will still be wearing my fragrances that make me think specifically of summer, such as the fragrances that I talked about in my summer fragrances video. I normally wear those up until the last day of summer, along with some other fragrances, such as fresh and clean fragrances that make me think of specifically of summer. Those were not in that video, but that's also what I'm wearing right now. So what I did was I basically went through all of my summer fragrances and wore them at least one time. And I also did the same thing with my fresh and clean fragrances that I keep over here. I do have more than this, but I've been going through them and taking some out, putting them into storage and things like that. And I'm in the process of changing this up, which is why it looks the way it does. But this over here is where I keep my fresh and clean fragrances. And I also will wear like fragrances like this at least up until the last day of summer. And some of these I will keep wearing, some of them, not all, but some of them I will keep wearing after the last day of summer because it's still hot here and they still go along with that kind of weather. I don't think I'm going to do that this year. I obviously have other fresh and clean fragrances I will wear at that time, but the ones that are, you know, more like my summer ones, I don't think I'm going to keep wearing them after the last day of summer. So what I've been doing is, like I said, and this is not all of my summer fragrances. This is just most of them. Not most of them, it's some of them. I went through all of my summer fragrances at least one time, and I did the same thing with my fresh and clean fragrances that make me think of summer, because I wanted to get some use out of all of them. So then, since I finished going through them and we still have some days of summer left, I decided to pick some favorites out of each section, you know, my fruity fragrances and then my fresh and clean fragrances. I decided to pick out my favorites and try to get at least one more use out of them. So that's what I've been wearing and what I've been doing with that. And that's what I'm currently wearing. So that's what I've been doing, and that's what's been working for me. And I did take these out early this year, and I was going to start incorporating these, but I haven't decided if I'm going to start wearing these before the first day of fall or if I'm just going to finish wearing what I wanted to wear, such as, you know, getting another use out of some of my fresh and clean fragrances that make me think of summer and getting another use out of these. That's what I've been doing. So it's probably what I'll continue to do, because most of these I will not wear these again until next summer. So I would like to get a little bit more use out of them. And so I do have several that I have used a second time, and I've gone ahead and put them into storage. And same thing with, you know, my fresh and clean fragrances. That's why this section is not completely full right now. So that's what I'm doing right now. And like I said, normally a lot of these transitional fragrances, I will wait till the first day of fall to start wearing them, but I did take them out so that I have the option to start wearing them right now if I wanted to. And if I wasn't going to use the other fragrances for the purpose that I'm using them for, you know, such as getting more use out of them, I would just go ahead and start wearing these because these are perfect for right now. But either way, I did go ahead and bring them out so that I have them available to wear. So we're going to talk about these right here. And this is going to be kind of a long video. Y'all know, like, sometimes I will just get on here and want to talk about, you know, different categories of fragrances and things like that. And it tends to be like a super long, chill, like fragrance chat. So that's kind of what I'm going for today. And this will be like more than likely a longer video because there are a lot of fragrances that I want to talk about besides these. So what I've done this year for my transitional fragrances is I've just kind of picked out a bunch of options. I don't necessarily know that I will wear every single thing that I have picked out for right now. These are just, like I said, options of things that I could wear and could get a lot of enjoyment out of right now. And I will say, like I have heard other YouTubers say, transitional fragrances are different for everyone because the weather is different everywhere. And I absolutely base what I wear around the weather. I know that not everybody does that, but I really do. This is something that is really going to work for me right now. And it is something that will also work for a lot of other people. But, you know, you may be someone who lives in a much colder climate, so maybe you're looking for some different fragrances. But either way, I still feel like that the majority of these would work for the majority of people. So I did want to say that. I'm really excited to get into these fragrances. And again, these are going to be absolutely perfect for right now. And with me living in Alabama, the first month and a half of fall is usually still really, really hot. Like we will have like days where it's cooler and then colder in the morning times and in the late afternoon. But during the day, it gets really, really swelteringly hot. So this is perfect for right now. And again, over into the first part of fall, these are going to be great for right now, along with some other ones that I have picked out to show you guys. Again, these are options. I may not get to all of them. I know some of them for sure I will be wearing because some of them are like my tried and true transitional fragrances. So for sure, some of them I will not be going without, but some of them, they're just kind of options that I brought out that I would be able to wear and enjoy. Another thing that I wanted to say is that I do have other fragrances that go along with these particular transitional fragrances right here that I would normally have already brought out if I was going to bring these out. But the reason that I did not do that is I think I'm going to make another video on the first day of fall and talk about fall fragrances specifically, like fragrances that are a little bit more specific to fall that I'm wearing at this time. So watch out for that video because it'll probably be coming out soon. And I know there's probably some transitional fragrances that you guys have in mind, such as Champagne Apple and Honey or Country Apple. And you're probably going to be wondering why those, you know, fragrances are not in here, because normally I would have those out at this time. But again, I think I'm going to make a video on the first day of fall with, you know, fall fragrances and transitional fall fragrances that make me think a little bit more specifically of fall. And, I'm going to save those for that video. So that's why they will not be in this video. So anyways, we'll get started with the different fragrances that I have out here. So first I have Forever Sunshine by Bath & Body Works. This has notes of golden apricot, pink peonies, vanilla musk, and hint of praline. So I've talked about this fragrance before. And I feel like this is absolutely perfect right now and the season that we're going into, because a lot of times when we get like to the end of summer, I start thinking, and not only the end of summer, but the beginning of fall, especially with the weather, the way it is here. Yes, we do have those days where it's still like really hot, but it also seems like the days become more hazy and, we still have a lot of sunshine and the days are more like hazy and stuff. And so this scent just kind of reminds me of that. This does have that sunshine note in there. And I've talked about sunshine notes before on my channel, and also sunflower notes. And I feel like sunflower notes and sunshine notes are very similar. So y'all know that I like to do different scent combinations with those types of fragrances. And what I'm thinking about doing this year is this golden sunflower fragrance right here, which has sunflower petals, orange flower, and fresh vanilla. Again, this is a sunflower scent, whereas this is a sunshine scent. I'm thinking I'm going to pair these together and see how they turn out. But anyways, I thought that would be really good to do. So I have golden sunflower out. Sunflowers are another fragrance note that make me think of this time of year. Like the sunflowers are still bloomed out, and then going into fall, I believe they're still bloomed out at that time as well. Either way, if you will pay attention to like fall decor and things like that, there's a lot of fall decor that has sunflowers in it. So I think sunflower is like totally appropriate for right now, and not to mention it smells really good and I really enjoy it. But sunflowers make me think of this time of year again, along with those like sunshine notes that make me think of this time of year, because we are going into those days where it's just like a little bit more hazier, and there's lots of, there's still a lot of sunshine. It's just a little bit more hazy, and that's what this makes me think of. And again, Sunshine Notes and Sunflower Notes, very similar. And I really want to like pair these two together because I think that it'll be an interesting scent combo. So I'm excited to do that. Okay, so then we have Bath and Body Works with Bridgerton Diamond of the Season Fine Fragrance Mist. So this one right here has notes of Sparkling Peach, Spring Daffodil, and Radiant Jasmine. So this came out during the spring, and some of these are fragrances that I also wear during the spring. But they also make me think of this time of year as well. So I do like to use them as transitional fragrances. So this one right here smells really good. I've talked about it before, but something that this reminds me of very faintly is honey. And honey is another thing that makes me think of like the fall, but this is not a very like syrupy, thick, gourmand honey. This is a very light, almost floral honey, I guess you could say. There are some different types of honeys out there, and I believe that, I don't know a whole lot about the different types of honeys, but I know some of them have some floral names. That's kind of what this, I guess, makes me think of. If the scent is different with those honeys, then I guess I could probably compare it to that. I'm not sure if the scent is actually different with those different honeys, but this is not, in body care and in fragrance, honey scents are, they're all different. Now, this one does not contain honey, and I said that, I did a review of this when it first came out. I had said this does not contain honey, but it smells sort of like a honey scent to me, and it's got the honey bee on there, and if you look at the packaging, it's kind of like a beehive and stuff. So I do think they meant for this to have a little bit of a honey scent to it. So it does, but it's a light, refreshing scent, a light honey scent in my opinion. So I think it's great for this time of year, and I'm so excited to wear it. Okay, so then we have Pearberry. I always wear this at this time of year because this is very juicy and very fruity, but it does not make me think of like summer specifically. Again, I am still in my summer fragrances, and I will more than likely be wearing those until the last day of summer. But this one is really great for right now and starting into fall, because once we get into fall, I know everybody is different, but for me, I like to wear fragrances that are sort of like matching the seasons. I feel like it's a great way to like romanticize the seasons. So I really enjoy doing that. And once we get into fall, I do not continue to wear fragrances that have like coconut or watermelon or pineapple or anything that is going to specifically make me think of summertime. So this one is really great for the transitional period because it's very juicy and tart and fruity, but not like in a summery way. So the fragrance notes are Anjou pear, wild berries, apple blossom, golden freesia, and blonde woods. Apple is a note that absolutely makes me think of the fall. It also makes me think of the spring. So as I've said, a lot of these I wear during the springtime too, but I will definitely be wearing them during the fall transitional weather. So this fragrance works really well because, again, here, once we get into the transitional part of fall, it's still going to be really, really hot. So I feel like this will go well with like the hot weather that we're still having. But it's tart and it's juicy. So again, it's going to go well with the hot weather for that reason, but it's not like juicy and fruity in a way that's specifically going to make me think of summer. So yeah, really love this one for transitioning, and I always wear it during this time of year. Okay, so next we have Golden Sunflower and Honeycomb by The Good Scent. This has been in so many of my videos because I use it for so many different purposes, and one of the purposes I like to use it for is for transitioning into fall. I usually wear this many times during the spring, and also going into fall, I will wear this. Again, the sunflower fragrances really make me think of this time of year. This particular sunflower fragrance doesn't smell like your typical sunflower scent. And I've said that before about this one. This is more of like a sweeter, juicier scent, but it's still really good and really appropriate for this time of year. Really like it. And I also wear this in winter some as well. I've had this fragrance for a while, and as you can see, I've used a lot of it. But this has been in many of my videos, so you've probably seen it before. And then this is one that is almost identical to it. This is Sweet Honey, Sunflower, Sugared Honey, and Sunflower Petals are the fragrance notes right here. But this is also by The Good Scent. These are basically the exact same. They have some very subtle differences to them, but basically the same as the other mist. Perfect, perfect, perfect for right now. And also, this is great for pairing with some of the other fragrances that I've already showed you guys. And I always do a lot of scent combos with these as well. So great for right now. So the next one we're going to talk about is Pretty as a Peach by Bath & Body Works. Now this one is one that I always wear during the springtime as well, but during this time it's really good because this particular fragrance doesn't smell super peachy like you would think with this being named Pretty as a Peach. This right here is more of a fresh and clean scent with just a hint of a little bit of peach to it. But I just feel like this goes really well with the weather that we're having right now and the weather that we'll have once we start getting into the transitional period of fall. So the fragrance notes on here are blushing peach, jasmine petals, white nectarine, apple blossom, sheer freesia. Again, with the apple notes, those always make me think of spring and fall. So I think that this is great for right now. And again, this isn't like your typical peachy scent. It does have peach in it. You can absolutely smell the peach. It's very detectable, but this is like a fresh and clean type of scent with a little hint of peach to it. It's kind of what I get when I smell this. But yeah, I think it's perfect for right now and the weather that we're going to have right now and the weather that we're going into. So next I have Gingham by Bath & Body Works. I really love this fragrance and I wear it. I bring it out for every opportunity that I can. This is one that I always wear during the spring without fail, and I always usually bring it out and wear it for the transitional period from summer to fall as well. The fragrance notes in this are blue freesia, white peach, fresh clementine, violet, and clean musk. This is a fragrance you can wear year round. Like you can wear this all the time. So I just try to include it as much as I can, and I feel like it's really going to fit with the weather that we're having right now and the weather that we're going into. So this is definitely one that I want to wear. And most of the ones that I've showed you guys so far are fragrances that I will for sure want to wear. Again, some of these other ones are more like options that I have out at this time, for this time and for the season that we're going into. But these that I've showed so far are some that I for sure want to wear. So this is another one that I brought out. This one is more of like an option. This is Butterfly by Bath & Body Works. The fragrance notes are raspberry nectar, iris petals, airy vanilla. Now this one absolutely makes me think of spring, but you could wear it other times of the year as well. I feel like this is another one that will kind of fit with the weather that we're having and the weather that we're going into. But this one is not one that I view as I have to wear it right now. It absolutely makes me think specifically of this time. It's not really like that, but I do think it's a really good option. If you have this fragrance, it would be great to wear during this time, especially if you're in a climate that is like mine. I live in the South, so again, really, really hot here. But it does have some fruits in it, but it's not going to be like fruits that make you think specifically of summer. So if you have this in your collection, you might consider bringing it out for the transitional period. So Sunshine Haze is another fragrance that is like the ones I was describing at the beginning when I was talking about like Golden Sunflower and Forever Sunshine and fragrances like that. This is very similar to those. This is Victoria's Secret Sunshine Haze, and on the back it says airy honeysuckle, jasmine musk, illuminated by the sun. So I've talked about this fragrance before. When it says illuminated by the sun, I do believe that they are trying to tell us that they do have like a sunshine note in here, because that's what this makes me think of. This smells like the sunshine notes that you smell in other fragrances that say they have sunshine notes in them. So really like this, and I think the name is like also like describes what I was trying to describe earlier when I was saying that like the days, there's still lots of sunshine, it just becomes a little bit more hazy. And again, sunshine haze, so it just kind of fits with exactly what I was talking about and what I was trying to describe earlier. But this is another one that is a lot like Forever Sunshine. It also kind of reminds me of Golden Sunflower. And I think that this one would also be great to combine with those fragrances, but I really like to wear this one on its own, so I may just wear it by itself. But yeah, great for right now with the type of weather we're having and just the way the days are towards the end of summer, those long, hazy summer days with lots of sunshine. That's what those fragrances make me think of, and I think they're so perfect for that time of year. So the next one is Sun Ripened Raspberry. This one has notes of sun ripened raspberries, strawberry leaves, and sugar crystals. By the way, I don't normally film on this shelf because this one right here is broken. Y'all probably noticed that earlier whenever I had the camera down here. So y'all just overlooked that. I kind of forgot about that being there. But anyway, we're going to continue. But again, this has notes of sun ripened raspberries, strawberry leaves, and sugar crystals. It says our classic sun ripened raspberry fragrance is the perfect blend of sweet berries and sheer sunlight. So this is one that I always wear in the springtime, and I always wear it in the fall as well. Like when we're going into fall or we're in fall, we're transitioning from the summer into fall. This is great for right now. I've said before, this fragrance, when I first got this, I was expecting more of like a juicy, fruity raspberry scent, but this does not smell like that in my opinion. This reminds me of like line dried linen. Like if you were taking linens off of a line where you had dried your linens and there was a bunch of like raspberry bushes around or plants around, and you could smell all that at the same time. I feel like that's how I would describe what this smells like. So I feel like it's great for the weather that we're having. I will say on these days, some of these days that where, you know, there's still lots of sunshine and stuff, there's also a lot of like breeziness, and so this just really makes me think of that. And this is one that I will definitely wear at this time, also because I really like this. So like I said with the gingham by Bath and Body Works, I like to find ways to incorporate them and get some use out of them. So definitely want to use both of those fragrances at this time. So then I also have Gingham Love by Bath and Body Works. This is sugared red berries, blushing freesia, and rose meringue. Really, really like this fragrance. Again, this is one that I like to wear when I can and get some use out of it because it's just really good. And I really love this fragrance. I actually love it a lot. So I just like to have it out as a choice and be able to incorporate it right now, because it's also one that will work good for right now with the type of weather we're having. And it's got the fruitiness in it, the berries and stuff, but it's not like specific to summer or anything like that. So I just feel like it's a really great option to have out right now. Okay, and then we have Sun-Washed Citrus. I wear this every fall or during the period of time where we're transitioning from summer to fall. This works great for both during that time or just fall in general. For some reason, this makes me think specifically of fall. But it's Sun-Washed Citrus, and the notes are sugared lemons, mandarin, and agave nectar. So this is one that you could wear year-round. It also makes me think of summertime specifically because, again, it is citrus, but for some reason this always makes me think of the fall, and I love to wear this during the fall, and I always do. So I will probably wear this at least once and try to get some use out of it. Okay, so then we have Pineapple and Shea, and I know what y'all are thinking. I said earlier that I don't wear anything during the fall that is got anything in it like watermelon or pineapple or coconut, anything that would make me think specifically of summer. But I wore this today because I had it sitting up here with these summer fragrances that I wanted to get some more use out of before I put them away. And whenever I was spraying this out, I had already considered using this as a transitional fragrance. So I wore it today, And I just kept smelling of it, and I was like, you know what, that would make a good transitional fragrance. So I'm going to count it as I used it as part of my summer fragrances that I wanted to get some use out of again. And I'm also going to count it as a, you know, wearing it once as a transitional fragrance. And my reason for that is because I was smelling of this today, and I absolutely love this fragrance, like so much. Like, I was very pleasantly surprised by this and how versatile it is. With it being pineapple and shea, it's just amazing to me how versatile this scent is for somebody like me, because y'all know how I am with like the weather and fragrance notes, and the seasons and fragrance notes. So like, first of all, it's got the pineapple in there. You can smell the pineapple. It is detectable. But I feel like that if somebody just like sprayed this out and was wearing it, and I didn't know about this fragrance, I would definitely not smell of it and immediately think pineapple or summertime. Like, I know the pineapple is in here, and I can absolutely smell it and detect it when I spray it out and smell of it. But this is not a fragrance that I smell of and immediately think pineapple, juicy, fruity, or summertime, because this is not your typical pineapple scent. This is not like a juicy, fruity, bright, bold pineapple scent. And I had said that before, like when I had talked about this fragrance in the past. So it's really cool to me that the pineapple is in here, and that this could still be used in a very versatile way. Like, you could essentially wear this every season, or somebody like me, I feel like, could wear this every season, and I'm really shocked by that. But again, it's got that pineapple in there, and then it's got the shea, which I've said before really softens this up. Somebody commented on one of my videos, I think last night, and they were asking me the difference between Exotic Mango by Victoria's Secret and this fragrance right here. And I had told them that I feel like Exotic Mango it's more juicy, fruity, obviously exotic and tropical, bright, bold, whereas the pineapple shea is more like sweet and smooth. This is just a sweet and smooth fragrance. The pineapple and shea notes are just blended together so well that again, the pineapple doesn't really stand out very distinctly. Like, you know it's in there, you can detect it. But this overall, in my opinion, as a whole, like the whole fragrance, the notes combined together, it just smells sweet and soft. And what's also amazing to me is that it's got the shea in there, and it's still something that somebody like me could wear during the hot weather or during the summertime, which just blows my mind, because y'all know that like during the summertime or during the hot weather, I don't wear anything gourmand or anything that's too like smooth or anything like that. But this works for the summertime. It will work for transitional weather. It will work for any time of the year. So I did go ahead and wear it again for, you know, I wanted to get more use out of it as a summer fragrance, and I got to thinking about it. I was like, this would also be great for a transitional fragrance. So I'll just count it as wearing it for both. I will probably put this away and take it back out for wintertime, because I got to thinking about it and I was like, this is going to smell really good during like the really cold weather. So I might bring it out later in November, or once we get over into the wintertime. But I did go ahead and wear this today. Again, I wanted to get some repeat wear out of it as a summer fragrance, and I also was like, this is awesome as a transitional fragrance, so I'll just go ahead and count it as wearing it once for that. So I've got my use out of it. I definitely want to get use out of a lot more of my fragrances, so I'm not going to wear it again right now, more than likely, just because I have so many other fragrances I need to get to. But if I didn't have a large collection, this is one that I would probably wear some more, because it just smells so good, and it's just got that soft, sweet scent to it, and it's also got a little bit of perfuminess to it, so it's just really good. And yeah, I highly recommend this one for right now if you have it in your collection. Okay, so another one is Peach Sunrise. I sort of believe that this fragrance is a dupe for, wrong one, Pretty as a Peach by Bath & Body Works. They smell very, very similar. I mean, like basically almost the exact same thing. This one is a fresh and clean scent with that little bit of peachiness to it. And I did have the body wash in this, and in the body wash, it was even more shampoo-y, fresh and clean, a little bit of peach, in my opinion. But that's what this one smells like. I think they're probably both a little bit shampoo-y, but yeah, just sort of like a fresh and clean scent with a little bit of peach thrown in. Really, really good for right now, to help us endure this hot weather we're still having. Really like it. So then I just put this one up here as an option because I did want to wear this some during the summer, but I didn't get much use out of it. This is Lemon Happy Body Mist, Happy Nation, and this is actually by Victoria's Secret. And this is a really good fragrance, and I just kind of brought it out as an option to have for right now. And also, it's kind of, you know, whenever I was saying that sun-washed citrus makes me think of the fall, I wasn't necessarily saying that like lemon scents make me think of the fall, but in this case, I feel like this lemon scent is kind of like the same vibe, not the same exact vibe, but it's kind of an option for the same reasons. Like I feel like that the type of lemon scent this is will go good at any time of the year, but also right now it would be really good. Again, there's just something about the sun-washed citrus that makes me think of fall. I can't really put my finger on it. This doesn't necessarily have that same element, but I do think it'll be a good option for right now. So I just brought it out to have as an option. And by the way, I have so many other fragrances that would be a good option right now. I just didn't include all of them in this video, but this is what I brought out as specific options for right now, and fragrances that I definitely want to wear. So another one is Chasing Fireflies. I have already worn this one, and I am planning to wear this one again during the fall. So Chasing Fireflies has notes of golden pear, jasmine blooms, and illuminated woods. It says, catch the twinkle of a warm day turning into a balmy night with a fragrance blend of golden fruit and florals that glows with comforting magic. So I believe when Bath & Body Works came out with this, they came out with it in September, I think, or maybe the end of August. And I do believe that they intended for this to be a transitional fragrance. So it's just perfect for right now. Again, I've already worn this one and I do plan to wear it a lot more. But this is one that I think is not only a great transitional fragrance, but it's just great for like fall as well, because I just really like it. And that's not really my reason behind thinking that it's perfect for fall, but it just has, I don't know, for some reason I'm wanting to say smoothness, but that's not the perfect way to describe what I'm feeling about it. It's definitely not the same smoothness as the pineapple and shea smoothness that I was talking about, but this, it smells specifically like sort of a unisex scent. Really good. It's smooth in a much different way than the pineapple and shea fragrance by Victoria's Secret. It's sort of like a unisex scent, but it's also feminine and kind of has a cologne quality to it at the same time. So really like this one. And I was going to save this one for later to show you guys like later in the video, but I'm just going to go ahead and bring it out. Dressed in White is another one that I have out for right now because these smell very, very similar. The fragrance notes in this one are pear blossoms, ivory, gardenia, and satin woods. It says, celebrate the start of a new story with a fragrance inspired by elegant florals and romantic beginnings. So these are very, very similar. I almost did not purchase this one when it came out because I already had Chasing Fireflies, and to me, when I smelled this, I was like, this smells like something I already have. What is it? And when I figured out it was Chasing Fireflies, I was like, well, I have Chasing Fireflies and they're very similar. But I liked this one so much that I had to go ahead and get a bottle of it as well. So what I was trying to describe earlier, the reasons that I want to wear these during the fall and have them out as options to wear right now is because these have a smoothness to them and a refreshing quality to them that is still perfect for when the weather starts to change and get a little bit cooler, like when the temperatures start to drop. Like this is smooth and cooling in a way that's not gonna like cool you off when it's hot outside. It will, but it will at the same time, it's got the duality of being perfect to wear during the cool weather. Even though those same like aspects of the fragrance are still present, like it's just so perfect for right now. And if you've smelled of them yourself, then you probably understand what I'm trying to explain. But yeah, I really like these, and I've already worn this one. I'm really in the mood to wear both of these right now, and I know that I will want to continue to wear them as we go over into later in the fall. So yeah, really enjoying these right now, and they are perfect as transitional fragrances. So next we have Mandarin and Honeysuckle, and I always bring this one out without fail during transitional season. I also wear it during the spring. On the back it says, energized with the scent of Mandarin and Honeysuckle, botanical inspiration, total exhilaration. So normally I would wear this one for sure during transitional season, but because I have so many fragrances, I really just kind of brought this out as an option because it's just absolutely perfect for right now. It's got the mandarin in there, so it's got a little bit of like citrus to it, but as I've said before, it does make me think of the summer. But also I feel like you can wear citrus year round because it's appropriate for other times of the year. Like citrus, I think, makes a lot of people think of summer, but I feel like it's one of those versatile fruits that even though it does make you think of summer, it's not like watermelon or pineapple or coconut or something that would make you think only of summer. So I think it's really good for right now, and I really love this fragrance too, so I just like getting use out of it when I can. But yeah, I think that's a great option to have out for right now. And then next is Victoria's Secret Orange Flower Sun. So on the back it says, citrus blossoms awaken blush woods bubblegum petals. So just a sweet floral that makes me think of this time of year. It's got, like the name says, orange flower sun. So I feel like this has a little bit of a sunshine note, fragrance quality to it, in my opinion. Not so much as the Sunshine Haze or the Forever Sunshine or Golden Sunflower. Not really like those. I think the closest one that it would be like, in my opinion, is probably the Forever Sunshine. So these are very similar. This would actually probably be, I said they're very similar, but it's actually that this one is just more similar to this one than the other ones. But, this actually would be a really good fragrance combination. So I may think about doing that one too. But yeah, this is a good one. And I think it'll be great for right now. So yeah, I may try to wear that one. Petal Plush Clouds. I just kind of brought this out as an option to have. On the back it says peony sugar sweetens bergamot tea leaves mimosa flower. So this is one you could wear any time of year. It's refreshing, it's sweet, and really just brought this one out because I think it would be a good option. But what really kind of made me think of it as a transitional fragrance is also because it's got that peony sugar in there. And then the tea leaves. This one really makes me think of spring, but it also makes me think of the fall as well, because this particular fragrance is really good for this time of year, but also because it's got that sugar in there. And as you know, as we get farther into fall, we're going to be going into more like sweet fragrances and things like that. So yeah, that's one of the reasons I brought that one out as an option. So Peony Blush by Bodycology, Apple, Peony, and Musk. I always have this one out for transitioning into fall. I've heard other YouTubers recommend this as a great transitional fragrance. I also like to wear this one in the spring, but this one really pairs well with like Champagne Apple and Honey, and then Country Apple by Bath & Body Works. Really good combination with those. It's also really good to wear on its own, but this one really makes me think of fall because it's got the apple note in there. So yeah, I really like this one. This one's not optional. I will definitely be wearing that one during transitional fragrance season. So I also wanted to say that some of these, again, some of them are options. Some of them are ones that I for sure want to wear. Some of them I will only want to wear right now. And then some of them I will want to continue to wear as we get later into fall. So yeah, but this is one that I just kind of brought out as an option. Confetti Daydream. This has fresh raspberry, sparkling pear, and blue iris. So this is sort of like the same vibe as the Butterfly by Bath & Body Works, the Gingham Love by Bath & Body Works, and the Sun Ripened Raspberry. Like, this is one that you could wear any time of the year, but it more specifically makes me think of like spring and fall seasons, because it's got those like fresh raspberries in there and the sparkling pear. This is just an airy, a little bit fruity, sort of sweet fragrance. So it's really good for right now with the weather that we're having. It's definitely a great option to have out. This one is not one that I feel like I'm absolutely going to wear, such as the Gingham and the Gingham Love and the Sun Ripened Raspberry. But this is more kind of like Butterfly. Like, this is more just like an option to have out right now that does, I feel like, really go along with like the tops of weather that we're going to be having. So yeah, I brought it out as an option. I don't know if I will for sure wear it or not, but it's definitely an option. And if you have it in your collection, it might be one that you want to bring out right now for this time of year. So then I've got Happy Mood Scents. The fragrance notes on this are lemon oil and Lily of the Valley. This is by Pink by Victoria's Secret. This is a really good fragrance that I always bring out during the spring and also during the fall during transition season. But now that my fragrance collection has grown so much, this one's probably going to be more like an option just to have out. I may also move this to my Fresh and Clean fragrances, because this is, at one point, I'm pretty sure I had this in my Fresh and Clean fragrances anyway. This is more of like a Fresh and Clean scent with that lemon oil in there. But then it's got the Lily of the Valley in it, which just kind of makes it a little bit, it just kind of sweetens it up just a little bit. But overall, this is like sort of a Fresh and Clean scent. Really good for transitioning with the type of weather that we're having right now. Just a light, breezy, sweet, a little bit tart, but not too tart, from like the lemon oil. But yeah, this one is really, really good. Really like this, and really wanted to have it out as an option because I really like this scent and I like to wear it every chance that I get. So I just kind of wanted to find a way to incorporate it into my fragrances that I'm using right now. But yeah, really like this one. And again, I might wear it for transitional season, or I may just put it over my Fresh and Clean fragrances and try to wear it at some point during the fall. But really like this one, really good. Hey y'all, so I'm editing and I wanted to say that I forgot to include this one right here. This is Victoria's Secret Early Morning Sun. On the back it says Orange Blossom, White Sun Tall, woods warmed by the glow of light. So at the end where it's talking about the glow of light, I do believe that's them referring to this fragrance having a light or sun note in it, like a sunshine or sunlight note. So this one is very similar to the other fragrances that I talked about that have sort of like a sunshine quality or sunshine note to them. So I definitely wanted to include this one and get some use out of it for that reason. Okay, so moving on, I wanted to show you guys some floral fragrances that I have picked out right now. Now, many of these do not make me think of fall or whatever necessarily or specifically, because they are just, you know, simple floral fragrances. But these are fragrances that you could really wear any time of the year. And then some of them do kind of make me think of the weather that we're going to be going into and having. So I did want to have some of these out as, you know, transitional fragrances that I for sure want to wear. And then some of them I just had out as options. And I'll kind of try to explain that as I go along. I don't typically include a whole bunch of florals in my transitional fragrances, but I decided to do that this year. So I wanted to show you guys these as well. And again, I have many fragrances in my collection I could use as transitional fragrances, but you know, I'm not going to talk about all those. I just talked about the ones that I kind of grabbed and rounded up to use for right now. So, and I wanted to include these for me to start wearing right now. And I'll explain why. Again, I don't typically use a whole bunch of florals during this time, but I do really love florals, so typically I keep my florals out like year round. So I did decide to include these in my transitional fragrances as well, and I wanted to show them to you guys. These, again, do not necessarily make me think specifically of this time of year, but some of them are just really good options to have. And then some of them are ones that I did want to for sure get some use out of right now. And then some of them do make me think specifically of the type of weather that we're going to be having and that we're going into. So first is Night Blooming Jasmine. This one has notes of jasmine flower, white musk, and again, apple blossom. This one makes me think specifically of the type of weather that we're having now and the type of weather that we're going to be going into. So this is one that you could wear now and you can continue to wear throughout fall, which is what I will most likely do with this one. Really, really love this fragrance. Would really, you know, love to wear it all the time if I could, but I have a large collection, so I try to get as much use out of everything as I can. So yeah, really like this one. And that's why I wanted to you know, try to incorporate it right now. So I'm excited to start using that one and start, you know, incorporating it as I can, because it's a really good fragrance. And I do think that it goes along so well with this time. Next is Pink Lily and Bamboo by Bath & Body Works. Really like this fragrance. The fragrance notes in this are wild lily petals, bamboo leaf, pink ginger, fresh fig, and sauna wood. So again, some of these do not make me think specifically of this time of year. These are just some of the fragrances that I'm going to be wearing, or at least going to have out as options as part of my transitional fragrances, because I just really like them and I want to include them right now and get some use out of them. Also because I think they work so perfectly as transitional fragrances, because they are perfect for the type of weather that I'm having where I'm at right now. So I feel like fragrances like this really kind of combat the heat while you're wearing it. It's not something that is going to be cloying, or, you know, I don't do gourmands or anything like that during the heat. And this is completely different from that. And I really like it. I don't think it by any means clashes with the fall. I don't feel like any of these that I have picked out clash with the fall, or, you know, the transition from summer to fall. And some of them I will continue to wear throughout the fall as well. So yeah, so this is just kind of an option that I have out right now. Really like this fragrance and just want to get some use out of it. So next I have several like rose fragrances right here. And the story behind these is that a lot of these I had originally picked out to wear during the springtime, and I did not get to them during the spring. I do believe I wore this one right here some, but the other ones, I'm pretty sure I never even got to those, and I was kind of sad about that. So I just rolled them over to my summer fragrances. Rose is something that I think you can wear year round, and I absolutely love rose. So typically I will keep it out year round anyway. I also really like to wear it during the winter time specifically. But yeah, I really like rose. I had these out for summertime, but I did not get to them. So I'm going to include them as options for transitioning into fall. And I think these are going to work so good for right now and the weather that we're going into. And again, on the first day of fall, I'm definitely going to take out fragrances that make me think specifically of fall. I am going to start wearing them, and I do plan to make a video on those. So if you guys are not seeing a lot of fragrances that make you think specifically of fall, I do plan to make another video where I'm talking about those. But because I knew this was going to be a really long video, I just kind of stuck to these other fragrances for now. So yeah, but yeah, these are going to be really good right now for me where I'm at. And if you have these in your collection, I would suggest having them out as options to wear, because I feel like they go along really well with the type of weather we're having. They won't suffocate you or anything like that. So next is, I'm just going to pull some of these up and talk about them, and then we'll move on. So next is Sweet Pea. So Sweet Pea makes me think specifically of the spring for the most part, but also I feel like Sweet Pea is like a classic scent. And I think it takes a lot of us back to like our childhood and our teenage years, because I feel like Sweet Pea is popular with like teenagers and kind of always has been. But yeah, so for that reason, I really love Sweet Pea, and also because it just smells so good, especially Bath & Body Works version of Sweet Pea. This is just a delicious, beautiful scent that I just want to get more use out of, and I feel like you can wear it year round. And I also feel like right now this would go really well with this hot weather we're still having, and I just think that it's just going to be a good choice for me for right now. So this is another one that I want to have out as an option that I can possibly get some use out of. Really like it. And then next is Magnolia Charm. This is just one of my, I would say this is probably in my top 5 fragrances by Bath & Body Works. I absolutely love Magnolia Charm. And I really like that it smells like a soap bar. It's just so good, and I just wanted to get some use out of it. So I feel like it's great for right now with the type of weather we're having. And obviously you can wear florals year round, so I typically keep my florals out year round anyway, but this one specifically I wanted to wear because I just wanted to get more use out of it, and I want to have it out as an option. I feel like it goes along with the weather we're having just fine, and I don't think it clashes with fall or anything. I don't think florals really clash with any weather, because I know there's some people that only wear florals and they wear those year round, and I feel like florals are one of the probably the most popular fragrance categories because I feel like it's probably been around the longest. So definitely think florals are perfect for year round, and I specifically wanted to wear these, you know, right now because I feel like these would go along really well with the weather we're having, and I just want to get more use out of them. So definitely wanted to have Magnolia Charm out as an option, but if I don't get to this one, I'll definitely be wearing it some other time this year because I do really love Magnolia Charm. But yeah, that's definitely going to be one of my options that I have out for right now. Next is Ruby Rosé. On the back it says Sparkling Raspberry Velvet Rose Dip Decadence, and on the front it says Raspberry and Rose Petals. So this is another rose scent that I have. I really like this scent. This particular one, I'm pretty sure that I did wear it back during the spring. This is one that obviously I would wear during the springtime, but it also makes me think of fall because it's got that raspberry in there. And again, I really love rose for any time of the year, so I think this will be really good for right now. And I also will more than likely wear this one throughout the fall some more as well. Really love it. Okay, and then I have another rose scent. This is Cherry Blossom and Tea Rose. This is another rose scent in my collection that I don't think I got to during the spring, and I believe I had rolled it over to summer because, again, rose is one you can wear year-round, but it also is great during the summer to, you know, help combat the heat and things like that. But I didn't actually get to it yet during the summer, so I am planning to wear it as a transitional fragrance. Really like that one. And then I have this one, which is Coconut Milk and Rose. Obviously, I love rose scents, as you can tell. This one with the coconut milk in here makes this one a very smooth fragrance. And then it's got that rose in there too, so it's just really good. But with it being more of like a smooth fragrance from the coconut milk note that's in here, I felt like this would be really good for transitioning into fall. This is one that I would probably wear throughout fall as well. And it's very similar to the way I described the pineapple and shea. Like, it's sweet and smooth. And even though it's got that coconut milk note in there and the rose, it's still going to be really good for fall. So really like it. Really excited to wear it. Okay, and then I have Victoria's Secret Floral Affair Lily and Blush Berries is what it says on the front, and on the back it says Satin Pomegranate Flirts with Lily and Peach Alluring Petals. Really love this fragrance. This fragrance collection by Victoria's Secret came out toward the end of summer, and I believe it was meant to be like part of their fall collection or early fall collection. So that's another reason I chose this one for right now, because I feel like it'll be really great for transitioning into fall, and it just smells so good. This one smells a lot like a soap bar, and it just has like a soft and sexy quality to it. And I don't mean like a deep dark sexy scent, but it's just so like soft and feminine and clean at the same time. It's just so good. I think what I'm thinking about is where it says Satin Pomegranate Flirts. Satin Pomegranate is what I'm thinking about that gives this a sexiness. But yeah, really good. Love this one. Can't wait to wear it. Okay, and then I've got Bright Mariposa Apricot. So this is another Victoria's Secret fragrance. On the back it says Silky Mariposa Flowers Flutter with Violet and Juicy Apricot Brilliant Bloom. So this one is just one that I want to get more use out of. It's just a floral that I feel like could be worn any time of the year. I think I'm a person who thinks anyway that you can wear florals any time of the year, but this one right here smells so good, and I only wore it once, I believe, whenever I had taken out my fragrances, and I did a video on them at the time when I was wearing them, the fruity floral fragrances that I have. This was really great for that time, and I think I wore it like once, and I just want to get some more use out of this. It's a beautiful fragrance. It smells so good. I had actually stuck it in with my summer fragrances that I wanted to get some more use out of, but I decided since it was more versatile and it didn't make me think, you know, just specifically of summer, that I would put it in with my transitional fragrances. So that's my reason for having it in here. And then we just have Brilliant Cherry Blossom. This is the last one in today's video. On the back it says Sweet Cherry Blossoms Build with Mandarin and White Raspberry Bursting Botanical. So this is actually my daughter's fragrance, but she doesn't really wear it that much. And to me, this just smells like a very simple, clean, fresh, slightly sweet fragrance. It's a beautiful fragrance, great for any time of the year, but I think it would be absolutely perfect for right now with like the type of weather we're having. So I definitely wanted to have it out as an option. So that's going to be all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, I am going to be doing another video on the first day of fall where I'm going to be talking about the fragrances that are more specific to fall that I will be wearing at that time with the weather that we're having. And I will still be wearing these, but I will also start incorporating those. So y'all stay tuned for that video. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, give it a like. Also, if you have not subscribed yet, make sure you're subscribed, and I hope to talk to you soon. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye-bye.